Okay, so it's Saturday, and we're talking about Survivor. Uh, it's now down to final five, and Debbie was just blindsided. Um, okay, so here we go. Um, what? First of all, what an episode! I mean, it was a very emotional episode. You already know my favorite is Taj. Um, so we haven't been really getting a lot of Taj UIG. They have been showing a lot of her, and so um, I love this episode because it showed a lot of Taj, and I was just happy. Um, I wasn't happy that Sierra was voted out last week, so I didn't post a video. So whatever. But anyway, man, what a great episode. I was really excited about the auction, and so I couldn't wait for it. Now, when the auction came, uh, I wouldn't necessarily say I was disappointed, but it could have been better. It was over way too soon. It was like when he said this is the last item, I was like, already, like you know, Aaron didn't get to, she didn't bid on anything, and Debbie didn't bid on anything. I was like, you know, it was just over too soon. It made me think that maybe they they skipped some parts or something. I don't know. Maybe there was so much in the episode that they didn't show everything that happened in the auction. But clearly, it still wasn't as long as it should have been because when they got to the last item, you know, even the tribe mates they're all like, it's the last item, you know. So whatever. Um, but the last item was awesome. The way that everyone gave their money to Taj, you know, that Taj is she just she rubs everyone the right way, and everyone loves her. Like who can who can hate her, you know? And so even in coaches scheming against her, you know the, the only thing that he could say to get rid of Taj is that what Sierra told him that she had the idol. So he's like, well, you know, she had the idol. And listen, the people who watch Survivor, I'm sure there's some people who don't watch Life at Ponderosa that are very confused about what Coach is saying because I'm sure they're like, where is Coach getting this idea that Taj has the idol? You know, it just surfaced out of nowhere. Like, oh, Taj has the idol. Like, where, you know, where? I think that with the editing, they try to make it seem that she would have the idol because she went to exile. You know, because she did go to exile to see Eddie. But I mean, Aaron has gone to exile. Steven has gone to exile twice, and you know he never said nothing about Aaron having the idol, and she was in exile, and when she went to exile, she was there like legitimately. Like when Taj went to exile alone, she was with Eddie. I mean, are you serious? She's probably going to, you know, spend time with Eddie, even though although he did not spend the night. You know, she's not worried about a freaking hidden immunity idol. She's trying to, you know, spend time with her loved one. And so, but anyway, so whatever. So, but and for me, if I wouldn't have seen Life at Ponderosa, um, and heard Sierra tell Tyson and Brendan that she had told Coach to blindside Taj because she had the idol, then you know, I would be lost too. But I know, so whatever. Um, you know, uh, Coach's delusions are like magnifying every episode that I see him in. I mean, he's so delusional to this point where, you know, first of all, he said that he doesn't even care about the $1 million. Are you kidding me? He says he doesn't care about the $1 million. He only cares about his integrity in the game. Bull. Like, I can't believe, like, go. It's time for you to go. He should have been gone a long time ago. And actually, he would have been gone. He would have been the one to go if Debbie would have not said so much. I mean, desperation would get you out of this game quickly too. They were going to vote out. They were going to vote out Coach until she made the comment about settling for third place and giving up her place to see JT and Steven in the final two. I mean, we don't see what all happens at Tribe. We only get an edited version, but I'm sure there had to been talk about what Brendan said about seeing wanting JT to win, and that's how he got voted out. And the same thing with Debbie. As soon as she said that, I was like, she's gone. I knew she was gone. I knew she was. Um, let's talk about the immunity challenge. What an interesting one. Um, Unlike past survivors, they don't have like this. They're not on an island, and they don't have the ocean to do all these water challenges. So they do a lot of land challenges, and I believe that the quality of Survivor has to do a lot with location. So if it seems like the quality of this Survivor is not as good, it's because of the location they're in. They're in Tocantins, in the Brazilian highlands. But I have to say, this has been a fascinating season for me. I'm well, for me, I'm a new Survivor fan, so I love every bit of it. And plus, I was a huge fan of SWV back in the '90s, so I love Taj. Like, I'm so biased, it's ridiculous. But anyway, um, what an interesting immunity challenge. It really got to show how intellectual Steve is. I mean, when he explained what he did in order to memorize the sequence of the the math signs, it was I didn't understand it first. I had to watch it again. Okay, so he put whenever he saw the division sign, he put 3, and then he saw multiplication sign, he put 4, and he saw subtraction. But anyway, it's still like I understand a little bit, but I'm just not that bright, I guess. But it was awesome. I mean, because he kept falling off the balance beam, and then so he doesn't have balance. And it was I was just laughing my head off when Tosh thought that she was going to fit through that little hole. I mean, she's lost a lot of weight, clearly, but um, she did not dig a big enough hole. I mean, I think Steven, all around, Steven was the probably the most smartest one in that challenge because he didn't dig a hole and then try to fit through. He made sure that he was going to fit through that hole. He didn't have to work so hard trying to get in and out. And I think that's where some of the other tribe members they suffered, like Taj and Aaron. She she had no chance. I mean, Aaron, I just don't think she has any chance of winning any reward challenge immunity. I don't think she's won any. So I mean, even when they even when the team won an award challenge when she was on Timbira, they sent her to exile. So um, anyway, my right now, you're right. Like um, final 3 is probably going to be the Jolliflower, which is insane. Coming into the merge, I never imagined that there would be a 3-2 to Timbira's tribe, but of course Erin was just she never felt like she was with them. So um, my pick is Coach. My pick is Coach will be next because I never trust the previews. Never trust the previews. I think Coach is going to be next. But you never know. Aaron, the preview showed that Aaron opened her mouth and said something, and now Steven and JT don't trust her as well. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, Taj fades back into the back again in the final 5 and goes unnoticed until they get down to 4-3. And she's gonna have to make a move. She's gonna have to do something. Um, she's gonna have to do something. But at this point, I think even though JT and Steven have been playing the whole game, I feel like Steven is in control of this whole entire game. And if I put my money on it, I would actually I would actually think that if Steven were to win immunity when he got down to the final three, that he would pick Taj over JT. I don't know. I think so. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So hopefully Taj will be in the final two, but we'll see. My pick is Coach going home next week. So all right, here we go.